Welcome to the Yami Shibai season 3
Three.
discussion. This
Yep.
says season 2.
Whoops. Well,
We didn't spell check our slides before going today, so this is the first of, I'm sure, many funny blunders.
aw, it's nice to you to point them out.
I didn't say who made the blunders.
You're guessing the questions. How could you have written
not
it?
Me.
I'm the Germ.
And I'm Ghosty, as you can clearly see, correctly labeled in the slide. I'm pointing here, but I have no idea where we are
other
relative
side.
to it.
Point again. That side, yeah. Oh, there, yeah. Yeah.
Season 3. What an accomplishment. We've done it again.
3 seasons. It's shocking.
I feel like once we get past like season 4 or 5, then we're really seasoned veterans at that point.
Yeah, that's true. And a new season of Yami Shibai actually started just earlier this month.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they were still making it.
They weren't. They had stopped at 10, and then they came out with 11 and 12. I believe this is up season 13 now, if I remember correctly.
The popularity was rekindled by a popular podcast on YouTube.
That must be it. That must be.
I wonder if any Yami Shibai people have ever seen our podcast. It's possible. They just searched it up, like
it's not
looking
impossible.
for copyright violations.
So they're AI. So they're AI bots that work for them. They're the ones who see this.
Actually, if you're from Yami Shibai and you're watching this, there's many copyright violations on TikTok for your show, so
and Facebook.
Check it out.
And Spanish YouTube as well.
Yes. Yo, you blew up the spot. Spanish YouTube is about to come down on us.
Oh no. It doesn't feel like we've done 3 seasons.
Yes, but at the same time, we've actually been doing this a while now.
Yep.
It's been like 18 months, I think, almost.
Something like. It's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah. I've never committed to anything this long in my life.
Don't tell his girlfriend.
Record scratch moment. Yeah, excited to be here to discuss season 3.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good season.
Yeah.
I think I liked it more than season 2.
I think I did as well. When we're done and we're wrapping up, we will, not this season, when we're done all seasons, we'll, take a look and see which is our favorite seasons. What we remember.
I doubt I'll be able to remember that much.
Yeah. I was going to ask you when that happens. No pressure.
If we continue at our current rate, it'll be like 3 or 4 years from now.
You say that, but there's still new seasons of Yami Shibai coming out, so I don't know.
That's true.
Yep. When we started, there were 10. When we end, who knows? Forever. Forever.
I think they'd have to crank out a lot of content for us to keep going forever.
That's true. But do you know what time it is?
Is it
it's
like
question time.
Yay!
Are you ready, Ghosty?
I am. Quiz, let's go. I didn't study, as usual.
Episode 1, Lend It To Me. What was the first item the monster asked for? And a half a point if you get any of the other items.
I think it was the soap. It must have been the soap.
Is that your final answer?
Thing, and he threw it over the wall. Yeah, I'm going soap.
You were correct. It's a bar of soap.
And then I think she asked for the wash bucket later or something.
You're right. I think they did. Do I have that written down? Yes. A bucket, razor, scissors, hair, finger, ear, nose, arm, eyeball, tongue, teeth, nails, fingers, toes, and all of you.
Well, that was a lot more things than I thought.
Yeah, I didn't realize either until I started typing out. Like, oh my gosh, when did you stop?
Regret. Question regret.
Episode 2, Tunnel. Why did they go in the unknown tunnel?
It's a shortcut, right? To get to wherever the heck they're trying to go.
Is that your final answer? I'm not going to ask every time.
They were lost. But I'm going to go with shortcut.
I'm sorry, you're incorrect. They were running low on gas. And they were hoping it was a shortcut because it goes through the mountain.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
They were sitting there between the tunnel and the road going, that's the way the map says to go. And that tunnel's not on the map. but it goes the right way, so it might be a shortcut.
Okay, I understand the reasoning then.
Yeah. That's why you thought it was a shortcut, too. You had a good reason, too. Episode 3, Rat. What does the husband do after the wife gets bitten by a rat?
I feel like he does nothing. I think he just tells her, suck it up, buttercup.
Oh, you were so close. He sets out one trap and leaves.
My work here is done. It's time for you to deal with this.
Literally in this photo, he's saying, you have to get used to the rats.
I like how you set up this. I don't know if you did this intentionally, but the way you have this crop makes it look like he's walking away from the rat trap.
Oh, it does. That was not on purpose. He's like, my job's here done. See you in 3 days.
Get used to it.
Episode 4, the noisy hospital room. What is the rule the nurse tells us?
Don't go in that room, which seems like a really straightforward rule to follow in a hospital.
So the rule is, don't go near that room. I'll give you full points. That's close enough.
Not even
close
near.
enough. Yeah. Episode 5, Museum of Taxidermy. What did the animals do to the two main characters at the end?
Turn them into taxidermy, no? Is it more complicated than that?
Do you want to elaborate on your answer, or is that what you want to go with?
That's all I remember. I remember them being stitched together, but...
Yes, that is what I'm looking for. They stuffed them and combined them together. Full points.
Oh, I wasn't sure if they combined them. By stitched together, I meant just taxidermy in general.
Oh, you took away half a point. I have to take away half a point.
I'm too honest.
Episode 6.
I don't remember that. That's messed up.
Yeah, it is, eh?
Gross.
Episode 6, That Side Festival. What happens after the main characters find her friend? I know, this episode's hard to remember.
I can't remember. I think...
Take a wild guess.
She goes back to the normal dimension, but her friend doesn't.
Nope. They run, stop, and the girl's face changes, then says, that side. We hear a scream and a laugh, and the episode ends.
That was a ridiculous reveal. I forgot about that.
Episode 7, Behind. Other than her twisted face, what else was different about the monster?
Oh.
We had a nice long discussion about this.
She had long fingers.
Is that what you're going with?
Yes, that was a total guess.
She had one buff arm.
I forgot about that. It looks so ridiculous in the freeze frame.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's hilarious.
Oh, I love it. The monster's fun.
And her face.
Yeah. Episode 8, The Empress Doll. What do the main characters find upstairs?
They find the doll exhibit thing, but then they find something else afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's what they found specifically is this monster.
I see why you say that. They found the dolls downstairs and a 3-sided mirror upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, and the monster appears in it, is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I was picturing her in real life, not on the mirror.
Yeah. You're close. You're on the right track. I see why you thought that. Episode 9, The Fourth Man. How many men do they see that night?
I think 5, because there's a drunk guy first. Is that accurate?
I'm afraid you're wrong. You have the right idea. There were 6.
Damn.
I didn't include the janitor because he felt like a pointless jump scare, and that's probably what messed you up. I've set you up to fail.
It would have been funny if it was 4.
I know, right?
4 guys.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was 6. Drunk, janitor, Man in a business suit, police officer, balding man, and man in plaid.
Many of the men were balding, actually.
Yeah, but what
The
else is
drunk guy, too.
defining about that second last one?
Yeah, mostly just the balding.
Until they're right next to each other, that might be the same person.
Where?
The second last and the first, the drunk and the
Oh, that's true.
the
Yeah,
second handshake or the third handshake.
feels possible. And then you could say the second or the first guy could be the janitor. Similar hair, but very
But they're not
undetermined.
wearing the same clothes like the drunk and the second last.
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, he is wearing the sweatshirt too. Huh.
And I'm pretty sure he's
Suspicious.
wearing jeans and they're balding in the same way.
Sussy.
I'll give you a half point because you might be right. It might have only been 5 from a technicality.
Flex. Twist head flex.
That is fascinating. I wonder if that's on purpose or they just use similar clothing or
Yeah,
what.
I think just all old men look the same.
But they're balding the same way. Oh, we're going to have to move on.
It is weird.
Yeah.
That analysis was 6 episodes ago.
Episode 10, Merry-Go-Round. Can you name 2 of the people, excluding the 2 main characters, at the carnival?
There was a creepy clown.
Yep.
And 2 kids. There was a girl and a boy.
That's fair. Yeah, yeah. I would call them creepy kids, but yeah, I would agree.
There's 3.
So we had a clown, which you got. The bear. I'm going to call him a gnome.
How could I forget?
Yeah. 3 children. So you got 2 of the 3 children. A middle-aged woman and the amusement park attendant.
I thought the clown was the amusement park attendant.
He's not very memorable. He doesn't do anything other than just watch. It's just that picture just makes me laugh every time. You just
creepy.
Episode 11, Cuckoo Clock. Who was the little girl visiting?
I think it was her grandparents because grandparents are people that own cuckoo clocks.
I will give you half a point because it was her grandma.
Just the grandma.
Yeah. You were on the right track.
There could have been a grandpa there, just not pictured.
It never showed, he was never mentioned, so
That's true.
half a point. Episode 12, In the Water. What was the first sign something was wrong?
He was swimming and he thought he saw something, or yeah, he like thinks he sees something first, not the hair.
I'll give you a full point because I have the hair. We also see the eyes first. He does get out of the water, so you could interpret it that way, so I'll give you the full point.
I remember him stopping, I think. I can't remember.
He does stop, but then he looks at his hand, so you could interpret it as him thinking there's something wrong, or you could interpret it as him feeling the hair. Yeah.
I see. I interpreted him as him feeling for some reason.
It could be either. So I'll give you full point for that one.
Let's go.
She looks so funny in just the eyes.
It's like what do you mean by that meme?
Last episode, episode 13, drawings. How many the ends were there?
Okay, so
this is the hardest question by far.
4, but then they get really fast eventually. So I'm gonna say like 9.
9? Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Oh, you were so close. It was 8.
Damn.
Your math
was like
your math was so close.
Damn, man.
So, how did everyone do at home? Let us know. Did you get full points?
Comments, give us your points. Did you beat me? I doubt it. I'm the master.
I bet everyone did okay.
I bet you did terribly, you absolute buffoons.
And in the middle of that, I thought of a mistake I made in the further slides. Look forward to it.
Well, as long as you catch the mistake, that's what matters.
So, are you ready for the scores of the season?
Yes, this is totally new to me. I forget everything, actually.
Do you want to guess our top 3? You go
Top
for
three will be
keep in mind this is going to be your top three first, then mine, then my anime list.
mine were the end, the swimming pool
So
one,
drawings in the water. What do you think his number is in there?
and oh man, I have no idea what my third is gonna be.
Think back to the questions. What do you remember?
Yeah, I'm trying to even remember.
You didn't do that on purpose. Like think back to the questions. Then a thumbs up came up.
That's their production quality.
Yeah.
Maybe the third one will be. I'll just say the doll one.
The Empress
Can't
doll.
remember. Yeah.
So your top three were a tie for number 3, Lend It To Me and Museum of Taxidermy. A tie for number 2, Merry-Go-Round, The Fourth Man, and In the Water. And number 1 was Drawings. So you're right with Drawings and In the Water.
I gave out a lot of 9s.
Mm-hmm. You gave a lot.
I was way too generous this season.
You like what you like, you know? So what do you think my top 3 are?
Yours will be. You didn't like Drawings as much as me. I'll say Museum of Taxidermy. Sorry, number 1 will be Fourth Man. Number 2 will be Museum of Taxidermy. Number 3 will be Drawings. Little celebration for you.
Premature. So you did get them right, but not in the right order. And that's because I had like half the season in my top 3.
Look how stingy you are with the scores.
I didn't have any 8s. Like none.
Yeah, what the heck? You hate everything except the top 3.
No 10s for me. It's funny because you had a clear winner, and then the rest of ours is just messy.
Drawings was great to me. Far and away the best one.
So probably the hardest one to guess. What do you think my anime list has as 1, 2, and 3?
It's got to have Drawings as number 1. I think probably similar to your top 3. I'd say Drawings number 1, Fourth Man number 2, Noisy Hospital Room 3, maybe.
Oh, you were so close. The Noisy Hospital Room wasn't there.
Ah, damn.
Because
really?
Yeah. It's, the tie for 2 surprised me. Like 3.7s.
Wow, they hated this shit. They did love Drawings though.
3 is a very average score. It's very rare to get stuff in the 4s.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's a
I thought
beloved
the
show.
skewed a bit higher.
Yeah. So, what do you think is just on your bottom? Instead of doing the bottom 3, I think I thought it'd be more interesting to do just the bottom.
Like the very worst one?
Yeah.
It's the Cuckoo Clock one. That one was not good.
Yours was the Cuckoo Clock. What do you think my bottom one
Yours
was?
has got to be the Cuckoo Clock too. It's
the Cuckoo Clock. What do you think my anime list was the bottom?
It's the Cuckoo Clock,
the
baby.
Cuckoo Clock.
The Cuckoo
And
Clock.
all 3 sources agree it's a 2.
It's a total turd. It's a total turd.
So, some facts from looking all this. Cuckoo Clock sucked.
That was not a good one.
I was looking.
Weird.
Yeah, I was looking, and it's nothing too crazy, like scoring wise. So it's just pretty much that's just the only fact. So the final scores of Ghosties are here. Any surprising ones? Any? I think Drawings in the Water and The Fourth Man. I think you're not surprised about.
I feel like I overrated Lend It To Me a little bit just because I was excited for a new season.
To be fair, I think that one's a lot of fun.
The rest of it, I kind of feel okay about.
Yeah.
I think this is a good list and the correct list.
Yeah. So my final scores.
Any that you want to change?
I'm surprised Merry-Go-Round is so far up there. Maybe it's because it's the like the monster at the end.
Merry-Go-Round was good. Remember, her face keeps getting creepier and creepier.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. The rest of them I feel comfortable with. Though Rat, it keeps coming to my mind because I think it's so funny.
The rat was kind of weird, but
Yeah.
not bad. It was fine. I think 7 might have been a little bit high for the rat in my case. 6 might have been more appropriate, but
We like what
actually,
we
when
like.
I see
Yeah.
I rated that side a 6. I think I could have scaled a lot of them down 1 point, but it's fine because everything's in the same
You're
kind
scaling
of
in the
range.
moment. I'm scaling compared to the rest of the season. I think that's a fair assessment what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the order is correct. I think it's just some of them are like maybe one higher than they should be.
Yeah. I wish I gave an 8.
It would have made ranking them a lot easier for you, I imagine. If you were to give one an 8, which one would you give an 8?
Probably merry-go-round.
I skewed you. You said a moment ago that you thought it wasn't that good.
Well, yeah, you know, just
It's better than it to me though if you compare it like that.
Yeah. So my anime list. Here are their scores for the season.
Drawings. Oh, they love lend it to me. I
Mhm.
feel like early episodes get better reviews. You see, like
I was
number 2 and
surprised
second
Tunnel
episode.
was so far up
Yeah.
because it's not like well, actually, you dislike Tunnel.
More new season enthusiasm. Tunnel was okay, but it was
Yeah.
not
I only gave it one more point than you did.
really interesting.
Yeah. There, if
They
there's
hated it in the water,
Yeah.
so we kind of differed on that one.
if there's one thing we can all agree with is Cuckoo Clock sucked and Drongs was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward there. I agree.
Thinking back, I might have changed the Fourth Man to a 10. That one was so fun and I enjoyed it so much.
It's really good, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's better than Drawings.
I think I enjoyed it a little more than Drawings.
Wow. But yeah, it is a good one too. I agree.
And all of our scores added together, and only one isn't in the double digits. I wonder which one it is.
Down there firmly at the bottom. That's good because then you end up with like a normalized score, so nobody has the same score.
Yeah.
agree
There's
with
still a
this
tie
ranking.
in there, I believe. Yeah, 13.1, 10 and 11. That's Side
Yeah.
Festival and Rat. I was surprised to see that.
This is the correct ranking though, just objectively.
I think it's a good like balancing of our opinions and like the general public who uses my anime list opinions.
The wrong ones.
Yeah. Yes. But there's no big surprises in there. Like In the Water jumps up a few spots.
That's thanks to me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Otherwise, it pretty much all just stays. Actually, Merry-Go-Round jumps up quite a bit.
I feel like they, other than Drawings, which just stood out so much, my anime list kind of rates later season episodes lower in general.
Yeah. Which is kind of different. Like, you'd think they'd rate them a little higher because the people who stay are the people who like the show.
That's what I would expect too.
Yeah. But maybe
Weird.
people just dish out 5s or 1s. It's hard to say.
Or maybe we're wrong.
Who knows?
No, that's impossible.
Yeah. So, our favorite comments. That can't be right.
Favorite comments.
So, the mistake I made, I forgot to put our runners up.
It's okay. I still have it in a message somewhere.
And I have mine saved as well. Do you want to read do you want to read yours or do you want me to read mine?
Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, I can read mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So my runners up. So from episode 13, we had a comment from Zach Gunner that said, "Now that's a story. I'm showing this to my mom to see her reaction." That was the last episode, by the way, episode 13. And then somebody replied, Shell01 replied, "Have a great life as an orphan." Implying that, I don't know, the episode was bad or that he'd scare his mom.
Hard to say.
On episode 10, that's the one with the merry-go-round. Vincier said, "Oh gosh, you know things are bad when there's a clown involved." And that was definitely something that stood out to us too. And finally, my last runner-up in episode 8 with the dolls.
Yep.
Captain Otaku 87 said Japanese version of Scooby-Doo, which was a good analogy.
That's a good one.
Many episodes of Yami Shibai could be described as Japanese version of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that's very true.
How about you?
3 of my follow-ups were C experiments. Rats that can do full cosmetic surgery in 2 days. Ratatouille, eat your heart out, you know, talent hack.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's a fun one. From episode 11, and it's from Chicken's Cool. I like birds, but this one is disturbing. Remember, that's the guy with the picture of the bird and Chicken's Cool.
He
Then
really
he did.
loved birds. He really loved birds.
He's committed to that bit. And JOME 93, Jome 93. Yeah, fair enough. That clapping bear made me laugh for some reason. Oh, sorry, the grammar's a little off. That clapping bear made me laugh for some reasons. And I agree. He really made me laugh too.
We love the clapping bear.
I wish I had him pop up again. So,
what are winners?
The winners, which I did get done. First, we'll start with Ghosty's favorite comments.
Number 3.
Number
taking
3.
The bronze medal.
From episode 2, Tunnel. So thank you to, did it a little differently this time. I had the person's name come up first. To X Noel. Noel?
Yeah, I'd say Noel.
Oh, I should let you read these because they're your favorite comments. You ready?
I got this. Yep. Yeah. X Noel said, "It's not that scary. Don't lose your head, guys." Because they lose their heads in episode 2. I picked it mostly because I like the face.
It's pretty good. A lot of work has gone in that face.
Thank you. All right, the silver medal, our first loser. Second best comment of the season. From episode 5, Museum of Taxidermy. That's from Furbies.
Wow, Furbies.
And Furbies said, "I feel like this would have been spookier if I didn't know that humans can't be properly taxidermied."
It's so true.
Creepy comment. Creepy ass comment. Scarier than the episode. How do you know that? Call the police on Furbies. That's why they can't have the gold medal.
On all the Furbies, you would call the police.
Get them in there.
Thank you again.
But stay away from us. And the winner of the gold medal, the number 1 comment of the season, a champion in our hearts, from the episode 4, Noisy Hospital Room. The comment was by Gunmetal Gray. Congratulations. This is quite an achievement for you.
Ghosty's favorite comment. Thank you.
And it's so friggin' long. Gunmetal Gray said, "Tell people there's an invisible man in the sky who created the universe, and the vast majority will believe you. Tell them the paint is wet, and they have to touch it to be sure." It's a quote from George Carlin. He said, "Meh, it was his own fault."
Yep.
Great quotes. Sums up a lot of Yami Shibai and human behavior in general. So,
that's true. That's very true.
Congratulations to you.
Good work for being Ghosty's number 1.
You win the water bottle trophy.
Secondhand kiss.
All right, what's your top 3? Let's get into those.
So my favorite comments. Number 3, from episode 3, Rat. Thank you to Treacer, Tricer, Treacer. I've gotten bitten by plenty of rats. Unless it isn't domestic, you should usually get a rabies shot. Yes, even if the most common disease carriers are bats, but they last a few years, if I recall. She might already had her shot. So that's just good information. Just get a rabies shot if you get bit. Good advice.
It pretty deeply. Oh, she must have already had her shot if she didn't go get rabies, but turned into a giant rat.
That's the reason she turned into a giant rat. She had her shot. Saved her for rabies.
It must have.
This person here is saving lives.
True. Serious business.
So thank you, Tracer. Thank you. So, My second favorite comment from episode 9, The Fourth Man. Thank you to Corbin Carroll. Sure.
Close enough.
Yeah. So to speak, I think when you know Japanese people do not shake hands with one another, the plot makes more sense because it turns into an alien situation, which is scarier. I love this comment. It adds so much extra like layers to it.
Yeah, that one added some really great context. I agree with that.
But
Curious what your first will be in that case.
It's not my favorite. From episode 3 Rat.
Well, you like the rat comments.
Yeah, I know, it's surprising, right? So thank you to Rupert Almighty. Not only do I love this comment, but I brought it up several times in real life to reference the people because I love this comment so much. Outside of Shibai, I told people about this comment. It's mice are inside, rats are outside.
One thumbs up. Is that you?
This comment brought me so much happiness to my life. So much.
Rupert Almighty, you absolute buffoon.
I have no idea what you meant by this, but I love it. I love it so much.
I love that you referenced this comment with like no context. There's no way anybody knows this joke except you. Literally, like one other person has seen this.
I'm like, mice are inside, rats are outside.
Get twisted. Everybody knows.
And then I just laugh like a maniac. Every time. I love this comment so much. Okay, we need to move on. Thank you again. It's just so much happy. So we're on questions from the audience.
Yeah, they always throw some hard balls. See what we got.
So our first one is from our biggest fan, Clayton.
Number 1, Shoto Clayton.
I'll read the first one. You continue after. Do you think that boy will ever be right? He's referring to the episode drawings where I had the memes. Or the meme.
Oh, which one was that?
Drawings?
Where the boy wasn't right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the last episode.
The last episode, yeah.
Your boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right.
I think if anything, boy's going to get less right as seasons continue.
Maybe less people will be good for him. It'll be more right.
I guess.
Yeah. But does might make right?
Might inside, right outside.
Oh, I can't argue that logic. Okay, I'll give you the next question.
Oh, wow. Clayton really is our number 1 fan. Back at it again. The follow-up. Have you ever had a nightmare dream of this show?
I don't really dream of the the TV shows I watch.
A lot of my dreams are similar format to Yami Shibai, but I feel like that's just coincidence.
Maybe it's stylized like that on purpose.
It does kind of feel dreamlike, where it's kind of disconnected between scenes sometimes.
Like I dream stories, like storylines, so I don't really dream of like TV shows themselves. I can see how this would creep into some people's minds, though.
I had a dream that I went to a musical last night, and it ended halfway through, and they wouldn't give me a refund.
What?
So, in answer to your question,
yes,
I guess not.
That is a Shibai episode right there.
There had to have been a jump scare at the end.
Yeah, maybe a trombone man needs you.
Accurate.
So we have one from Smash Lover.
Is Smash Lover also Clayton?
No. It's a Smash Lover, obviously.
Of course.
Do they like the video game or do you like smashing in real life? I don't know.
Or maybe just the smash vegetable.
Hard to say.
Who knows?
Maybe it's that famous performer who smashes watermelons on stage.
I can't remember his name.
Me neither.
Anyways, what does Smash Lover ask? If you could draw anything into existence, what would you draw? Ooh, it's a good question.
I try not to think about these questions before we do it, to be fair to you.
What would you draw?
I wonder if you could draw in existence something that couldn't actually happen.
I think you're overestimating my drawing abilities.
Yeah. If it comes down to drawing abilities, I'm doomed.
I draw a really ugly cat.
I can draw a really badly drawn sandwich. Oh, it tastes like lead.
The best we could do.
So
I think,
I guess
I
no
would,
is the answer to this question because we don't have the drawing skills.
yeah, I'd have to draw something like $1 billion bill, but I don't think it would be redeemable at any
Like
bank.
you
So I
hand it
don't know
in,
if
they'd be
that'd be
like, "Why
useful.
is it all squiggly on the side?" And
Like, what the
read
hell is
from the
this?
United States of Ghosty.
It's not good. That's about the best I could do.
I'd give it a try, but like I'd probably try to draw something that couldn't exist in reality, like that's like the optical illusion of that square.
Or
That'd be
like that
cool.
infinite shape. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, like the water always going around, even though it's falling, like
Mhm.
something like that. Yeah,
Those are cool.
maybe you could trace it. So this is from Kim. To get a better understanding of the first episode of the season, would the two of you use a public bathhouse together? No.
Great question. I've been in a public bathhouse
Yeah.
before. I would do it for the season, for the show. I'll do anything for the fans.
I don't want to be naked in a semi-public place, even if
We
you're
could
supposed
be
to
on
be.
opposite sides of the wall. That's how the show
Oh,
goes.
I would totally be for that. I could be like,
Yeah.
could I borrow some soap?
Okay, maybe I'm out then in that case.
Okay.
From Ducky Lover. What's the sexiest and ugliest monsters from the show so far? Oh, I love this question.
It's kind of hard, right?
I think sexiest monster is pretty obvious, actually.
Mermaid.
No. It's the twisted head bicep woman.
Yeah,
Come
oh my!
on.
How didn't I think of that? She is top tier. And how about the from the the handshake one? He seems so attentive, shaking your hand every time he sees you. How polite, like a gentleman.
That's true. And being a gentleman is all that matters.
But
Ugliest
ugliest.
monster. There's been a
All
lot,
kids are ugly.
but they're not monsters.
That's true. Maybe the
If it's the
telephone
whole
one from that episode where the
show.
person combined of a telephone booth.
The phone one was pretty ugly.
Oh, maybe it's the horse girl.
The horse girl is pretty horrific. I'm going horse girl, actually.
I think that's a very safe. No, but how about the bugs from episode 2 tunnel, like with the people's heads? Some of them are pretty
That was
nasty.
pretty gross.
Yeah.
What about the rat woman?
I feel like I could have a domestic marriage with her.
Well, you got some low standards, my friend.
She learned to live with rats.
I think
That's
the
a big
bug-
plus.
The bug head one is pretty gross too.
Yeah. Whoever thought we'd be asking the question, melted horse girl or human head bugs?
I think human head bugs.
Probably.
It's the ugliest.
That's not a very good relationship to have with an insect.
Case closed.
So this is from Jimmy. Which episode this season do you think had the best title?
It would help if I could remember any of the titles.
1 second. I do have them up. Just have to bring them up. So I have to burn time while I get them up. So I forgot to leave it open.
Episode names I can remember really are
okay, what do
the
you
really
remember?
stupidly basic ones, like The Tunnel, which is definitely not gonna be the
There's
best
no D.
episode.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I'm going to say them in order. Lend It To Me, Tunnel, Rat, The Noisy Hospital Room, Museum of Taxidermy, That Side Festival, Behind, The Emperor's Doll, The Fourth Man, Merry-Go-Round, Cuckoo Clock, In the Water, and Drawings.
The Fourth Man, just because it kind of alludes to what the actual
That's the one I
monster
was
is,
gonna
pretty
go with.
interesting, but doesn't
Yeah.
reveal anything. Lend It To Me
I do like that
is
name
also
too.
pretty good episode.
And I
name.
think Drawings is an okay, like, of the rest of them, is the best.
It kind of alludes to, like, if you saw the episodes, seasons, and then you saw the drawings the first, you'd be like, oh, okay.
But on the other hand, it's also the worst because it has those 2 lines on the side of it for some reason. I don't know why they did that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of weird.
But the Fourth Man and
Lend It To Me, probably.
Lend It To Me definitely have the best names.
Yeah.
So, your turn.
From the actual Friday, they said, "Do you think spider slug victims are dead or just trapped being a limb. Oh, that's the
Isn't
episode
that
2 tunnel one.
yeah? Isn't that a fascinating question? I never thought of that.
Does it rip their heads off or just absorb them? I don't see any bodies left over. My impression was that it was killing them and then using their faces as like Muppets.
Yeah, that was my interpretation as well. But that's a very good question to ask because we don't know.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some kind of creepy spiritual thing, so
Yeah.
it's quite
So-
possible their souls just get absorbed and they're suffering forever as legs of a bug.
Yeah. So good question, but we don't know. It's very possible. From Long Since Gone, you'd have no idea who this is.
Never heard of him. Seems like he'd be really bad at Halo.
What would you do to fuck with the monsters if you weren't scared of them? Like in the episode Lend It To Me, instead of giving her the item she asked for, what items would you give her instead? It's a good question. She does seem the easiest to mess with of all the monsters that you've come across.
I'd give her what she wants, but like the monkey paw version. Like here's my soap, but it's got like a really gross hair on it.
The ultimate monkey paw curse.
Here's my razor, but it's really rusty.
No, there's a bunch of hairs mixed into it, and you're pretty sure they're not from the head.
That too.
Why does this soap have a brown streak on it?
Disgusting.
But are there any of the other monsters we could really mess with? Oh, I remember in the fourth man, I talked about how you could like mess with them, like shaking different hands and like experimenting and stuff. What if like the last man, since you know you're gonna get your hand torn off anyway, you're gonna shake him? Oh, when you like do the hair.
Denied. Wow, that'd
Oh,
be swag overload. I can't imagine.
you lose your hand anyway. You might as well get some enjoyment before you die.
Exactly.
Maybe he'd be like, "Oh, I can't kill you. You're funny. Too cool for
You
me."
got me good. You got me good. Can't deny. You had me there for a second.
Maybe we could arm wrestle the twisted face lady.
That's a losing bet. I don't think you
Lefties.
can win that one.
Or there's a trick you can do with hands, like when you see people arm wrestle. If you ever see someone go like they twist their hand like that, that's cheating.
It's called tactics, baby.
Mm-hmm. So if you could do that with her, you might be able to win.
It's a bold bet. But
Thank you for the fun question. And that was the last question. So here's some credits we're just going to have on the scene for just a second. Thank you very much.
Pixabay.
That should be their slogan. So we go from season 3 into season 4.
Whoa, this transition looks like very epic.
I had it I had this similar
Sunrise.
transition last time.
Did we use this? It looks
This-
like the back of the DVD on the left.
Yes,
And
these
on the right looks
are
like the front of the
these are
DVD.
like pictures of like the DVD. Like that's where I was getting them from.
Cool.
So I like how everyone's not quite hand in hand, but walking towards the mask for season 4. That's us. We're amongst that crowd.
The season 4 one looks like some kind of like Union communist propaganda poster.
You're right. It totally does.
This does not inspire confidence in season 4 for me. Season 3 looks so much cooler. What are we getting ourselves into?
But what if communism is better?
True. It's time to be enlightened.
Who knows? And we do have an announcement. Instead of releasing every week, we're going to release every 2 weeks. We're having scheduling conflicts with both of us, so to give me more time to finish stuff and to let Ghosty live more of his life, we're going to do every 2 weeks instead of 1.
This was taking over my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've been doing every 2 weeks for a little while.
No, we weren't for we kept missing I think we missed like 2 weeks and then like 3 for this episode.
Well,
Something like
technically-
that. Yeah.
Technically, you've already been experiencing this.
So no pressure. It should be a fun time.
Vibing.
So the next episode is called Tongue. You already guessed at what it was, so we won't do that again. But what do you think the season, like, the first season was kind of like urban legend-y. The second season was kind of more story. The third one was more body horror. Where do you think this one's going to go as a season?
Let's take it back to the classics.
To the urban
Lessons
legends.
for kids horror in urban legends.
You actually nailed it. They are more urban legend-y than this last season.
Let's get it.
Crazy. You just nailed it.
I could tell by the communist propaganda.
More about the people. Thank you for joining me, Ghosty.
See you in the next season. It's been real.
Thank you for being you, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
With one of these.
Oh. Woo!
Season party, mother.